a couple Bitcoins. Pull up on my Nakamoto.
Hey, how's it going out there, Bitcoin world?
What up, Woody?
Yeah, it's me, Woody, and with me is my good buddy Brandon.
It's me, Brandon Doge.
And our special guest tonight, Not So Fast Crypto.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, the pleasure's ours. Thanks for being here.
This is, of course, the Blockchain Dynamics Show. We are on a little something called Error by Trial Radio, and it's Saturday, December 3rd, 2016.
Episode 40.
Episode number 40. And we always try to get Not So Fast to join us on our every 10 episodes because we do a fun little recap of like the last 10 weeks in crypto, and we're going to do that once again this week.
Right. It is fun.
And as usual, the show is brought to you by Cryptopia, located at cryptopia.co.nz. That's a full altcoin platform with an exchange and forums.
Yep, the Cryptopia forums are kind of our home base. Check us out in the altcoin section there. We have a thread stickied up, and we love it when people stop by and post like coin suggestions or really anything. Post whatever you want. And we'll send you some dots. 2,500 of those sweet, sweet dots.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got this new thing called the Mineshaft. Check that out. Basically, a bunch of Cryptopia proof-of-work coins that are mineable. You can mine them from Cryptopia. They've got their own pool. And you can point your miner at a single port, and then you just select which coin you want to mine. It's pretty darn sweet.
Yeah, and they also this week released Paytopia, which is a new feature on their website that allows you to really easily select a bunch of different, services that the website offers. So when you're there, check out that part too.
I will. That's cool. That's very new.
Yeah.
Alrighty, what's next here? We have we're excited to announce the Wolong Awards.
That's right.
It's going to be our crypto award show in honor, of course, of the great Dogecoin pumper, supposedly called Wolong.
That's right.
Supposed pumper.
Amazing.
But yeah, Wolong's a great guy. The Wolong Awards is going to be a lot of fun, and we are going to be taking nominations for those at blockchaindynamics.net.
Yep. After this show airs, we'll get a forum up there with a bunch of different categories, and you can nominate whatever coin you think might be worthy of winning that category. And then we'll kind of tally up those nominations, and then we'll allow everybody to vote on those next month. And we'll obviously let people know that got nominated that they were nominated, and hopefully that will inspire them to have people vote for them, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's going to be some salty nominations here. Like fork of the year, like most memorable dump, like most.
Yeah, we got some categories out here for sure.
There have been some memorable dumps, man. I think we can all think of a few coins that have.
So we're also going to put a spot at the bottom of the forum for people to submit their own category and person they think they should win that. And, as the month goes on, we've got a few weeks. So if categories get submitted that look good, we'll definitely add them to the list so we can get more nominations for that category.
Yep. So yeah, check that out. The website is blockchaindynamics.net.
All right. Moving right along, we're going to take a look at just some different altcoin and blockchain news.
Yeah, we always like to run through the news here. First up this week, we have some news. This is from altcointoday.com. They're saying that the UK has banned end-to-end encryption.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
Yeah, that's like, what does that even mean? Like, if I send something from a computer to a computer in my house with end-to-end encryption, is that now illegal?
Well, it means that the government could ask you for the contents of that message that you sent across your house, I guess. And you'd have to comply.
Really messed up.
What if it was like an artificial intelligence that generated the encryption key? I guess would you be legally obligated to program a backdoor into that then or something? Probably.
I guess you would be. I guess by extension you would be.
That is aggressive. Aggressive stuff.
The UK's nuts. Wait, what year did they put in the porn ban? When was that?
I don't know, but yeah, I can think of a few people who aren't going to be happy about that. Porn ban.
You can't even do it encryptedly. The part is though that like law enforcement can't keep up with that. They don't know about that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's true, and the idea of getting something like this to the point where they can build a court case out of it is like, it sounds really awful up front, but then you think about the ramifications and what people are going to be able to do to get around it, and all of a sudden you start to realize it's probably going to be, just another one of those laws that they'll use to kind of rough you up if they don't like you, essentially.
Yeah, selectively enforced or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, a crazy piece of news there out of the UK. They're allegedly banning end-to-end encryption.
I thought it was interesting.
In other kind of legal regulatory news this week, big news out of the whole Coinbase thing, they have been compelled to release all of their customer records for the last 3 years.
So it wasn't just a threat, it's an actual, they have to legally comply.
Yep, it's done. It's a done deal. They've so I suspect they're in the process of handing those over already.
Right, so what looked like sort of maybe an attempt that they would try to do their best not to do that as soon as the court ruling came in, what can you do?
Yeah, and I might not have the best information. It could be that there are other steps that they're going to take before releasing them, but for now it seems like it's going to happen. A lot of people
it seemed
are
to me like they were just like, oh no, we don't want to do this, just for the media, and really.
And
they got my name, but they don't have my Bitcoin anymore, so.
Yeah, I still do a little business on Coinbase. I don't know if I'm going to try to change away from it or not. We'll see, but yeah, that's interesting news there, and obviously pay your taxes, I guess. Let's see here. Next up on the news, Vcash.
Yeah, that the Vcash Fracas continues. Brando wrote here. Great way to put it.
It's a fracas, man. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not totally
kind of over. The dust is clearing.
You think it's over? Has John Connor returned from the mist on a?
Well, one thing that happened this week was that he deleted the GitHub.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, and created a new one called Vcash Community.
Oh, okay, that was Connor that did that? I thought that was just a random person.
Well, he's the only one that could have deleted the old one, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That telegraphs his intentions right there. But it also, I feel like he doesn't do anything without thinking about it first. So I think that's his sort of line in the sand is like, all right, well, I had all this open source. I can't really just take it away. We'll let other people support it and keep it alive for the time being because it's got so many diehard fans. But he absconded with the tech that's super valuable, the zero ledger that kind of allows the zero time, the super fast confirmation transactions in 2 seconds or less at scale, at Visa card level scale, something like 5,000 transactions per second.
Right, you actually don't have to sync the entire blockchain to your cell phone.
Right.
It's a pretty great idea.
So he had this, the theory there, I guess he had this tech coded, and then he just kind of bailed off with it, so now it's kind of the future of Zcash is uncertain, and nobody knows if this tech is going to show up on another coin under another name, or it's good stuff.
Can speculate all you want with that one. That's what would John do in this case, other than be a total jerk to you?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
that guy is incredible. I love John Connor. Honestly, it's obviously the things that he's done are crazy, and it's fortunate that I guess I haven't fallen afoul of him financially or anything, but I just think he's such a ridiculous personality, and he's added so much just kind of drama and comedy to the game that I almost have to respect him for it.
Oh yeah, you have to, because nobody can be that idiosyncratic unless they're also good enough to back that up, and his code obviously was. So
yeah, that's Vcash. We of course will keep up with, I guess, what's going on there.
Right. And then in as far as alphabet caches are going, move a couple letters over to Zcash, and it tried to fake everybody out, but pretty much came right back down.
Yep, Zcash crashed down to like 0.07 or something. Basically doubled up in price after that, bounced back up to 0.15. I think a lot of people thought they might have found the floor, but as we've learned with Zcash, there is no floor yet. 0.15, that's a pretty damn good price. I still think even 0.08 is a pretty solid price for a coin. If you think
I started
about
buying it 0.0, like in the high 0.08s, just building the long-term bag finally, because it's starting to, now that full rewards are in, the emission curve's easier to chart, and
right.
the speculation's sort of a little easier to figure out.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking it might drop as low as 0.01, but right now that's starting to seem pretty far away. It seems like it might not ever get that low.
Right, that'd be a big move at this point.
I still feel like there's got to be a lot of emission going on, and there will still be some exits available before that happens. I was thinking 0.05 maybe, but I didn't expect that other doubling pump from where we are right now to almost 0.15, I think it was. So, maybe we'll be in for another of those.
Yeah, I think everyone's like waiting for it to go sideways, and it just won't do it. It's either straight down or straight up, so we can't even... There's like no way to get a perspective on it. It's interesting.
I don't think we're in sideways territory yet, just because of the emission. Like when emission stops adding a statistically significant percentage every day, then we'll be able to get some sideways in, but not before that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to start mining it again with Ethereum. Obviously, Ethereum mining isn't as lucrative as it was a few weeks ago, and I think it'd be fun to see if I can get more off Zcash. We'll see. Going to jump into the other market news next. Probably some of the biggest news this week is that Bitcoin is once again going way back up.
Yep. Bitcoin is doing really well.
It is up 5% this week. It's at $768 when we last looked. Up 18% over the last 6 weeks.
Damn.
Woo.
It's real good.
But, of course, what's good for Bitcoin, as we've learned, is often terrible for altcoins. We have Ethereum down 15% this week. That's like probably the biggest weekly loss since we started tracking.
Yeah. Yeah, Ethereum's gradual downward trend takes a steep drop.
And it seemed like it hit the bottom a couple times, but it's kind of seemed like that a few times before, just like with Zcash. And it's almost like we're not going to see the floor, but... I don't know. I've got quite a few Ethereum. Obviously, my bag is not looking as good, that's for sure. But I'm also I'm kind of optimistic about it at this point. 0.01 is when I first bought in, so I'm sad to see it, I guess, returning to the price that I originally paid for it. But, I did okay. I've done well enough trading on it that I think I'm pretty well ahead on my position. But
yeah,
same here. I think everybody just kind of trades their long-term bag since there's so much volume on it that you could play that stuff, so... Anybody holding it long term is not too bent out of shape. And I don't know, did you ever have ICO Ethereum?
I did, yeah.
Did you? Nice. So you're doing fine then.
Yeah, I sold it so long ago. It was easy. I didn't look back at all.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing to do with ICO money usually, is just sell it as soon as it hits the market, because you don't know what's going to happen with it. Ethereum obviously went way up, but looking at some other numbers here, top 97 altcoin market caps are down $170 million this week. That's down 7.59% relative to US dollars, so huge hit there. Looking at the top 97 coins, 62 of them are down relative to the US dollar, and 75 are down relative to Bitcoin, only 22 up. So once again, altcoins just continuing to get hammered.
Slam.
Yep.
And just looking at the 6 weeks numbers there on altcoins, down 31% relative to Bitcoin, down 23% relative to USD. Yeah, it's my strategy has kind of been, I'm not really good at like dumping all my alts when Bitcoin starts pumping, just because I like to keep a few bags around and a few coins to keep the bot running and stuff.
Right.
So I kind of never know what to do. I kind of just stop buying. I'll just like stop buying them, and as my positions close, my overall like portfolio balance will start to shift to Bitcoin. And I think I'm close to like 80% Bitcoin right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. I'm generally no more than like 10% Bitcoin,
Oh, wow.
I buy the blood kind of all the way down, with reserves, and not like terrible blood, but like I just said, there was a bunch of stink bids going off on Bittrex today. They had their delisting notice. They decided to list. They have a script that does it automatically, and then they save some of them. But they decided to list 84 of their altcoin Bitcoin pairs.
They have 84 coins on the delisting this week. I didn't catch that. That's unreal.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's
How many-
it's kind of ridiculous.
How many pairs do they have? That's got to be
I don't
like
know, like 86.
that's got to be half the
No, it's
pairs.
like half their listings. Some of them, some of them, have to go, but they delist stuff that's like under active development. I talked to Bill, and he said to me, like, yeah, the script. First thing is the script goes off, and then we use that as a way to make altcoin developers, contact us and give us an update on what they're doing.
Right.
So that they don't get delisted. And you can always work around their minimum volume requirements, but they are going to step those up because they do want to drop some of the stuff that's like...
Right, they got to shake the rug. Get all the...
They got some dead weight on there. They got some dead weight, but...
They've got plenty of dead weight. And I agree with their way of doing it, but just not their way of... Like, I shouldn't be having to explain after talking to the guy behind the site. Like, they should do a little more work making it clear, an 84 coin delisting thing is like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about our exchange anymore. Let's just cut.
We're on autopilot.
Yeah, cut off the bottom half every 6.
Well,
weeks or
especially
whatever.
considering how rarely they list, proof of work coins or anything like that nowadays.
There hasn't been...
Rarity of proof of work coins is exactly what it is, and that's in sharp contrast to you guys because you like Cryptopia that doesn't like anything but proof of work coins.
That's true.
And, so like Bittrex just seems to list like, oh yeah, well you gave us 5 BTC, so we'll host your ICO coin or whatever, and yeah, very few proof of work coins get on there lately.
And to be fair on that regard, most of the coins, the proof of work coins lately have been pretty shitty. There have been a few. There are a few standouts.
What was the last proof? What did Zcoin get on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Z Classic is on there.
Z Classic is, and of course Zcash.
Yep.
So they're still doing it, of course, but it's not like they were trying to move away from the time in the past where they were not even quite the top exchange, I suppose, when they were just listing a lot of coins.
Yeah,
they're trying to. Ninja Coin was their low point, maybe, and
Ghost Coin was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all pretty sad, I guess. But I feel like they need to. The problem is they're trying to like look and seem more legit, but they're still adding these IPOs that people will pay them to list, and those are all pretty much always pretty shitty. So if they want to look legit, they need to try and balance that out by maybe keeping their nose a little closer to the grindstone or whatever, and finding some like find those new proof of work coins kind of earlier on and start listing them and start, kind of dragging some credibility your way, potentially by listing the good coins as well as coins that
exactly
pay you.
And maybe they just need to listen to Blockchain Dynamics.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem. They're not.
I would hope that they would. I would hope that they would listen to you guys, honestly, because they would. I feel like they work so hard on what they're doing, and they have a view to the future, getting fiat trading running legitimately on their exchange with a bunch of people with, they got more money than sense almost, but they want to trade some shitcoin markets and get wrecked. They want to play in the new frontier, I guess. And so they're looking forward to that, but I don't think they're staying in tune as well as they should. So yeah, Bill and Rami and Richie and Ryan, listen to Blockchain Dynamics. You owe it to yourselves.
Come on the show, guys.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, I love Bittrex, honestly.
Yep.
I like
Same.
trading there.
As far as overall gainers and losers go, we're looking at Creva up 147%, ByteCent up 34%, Game up 31%, Steem up 29%,
That's game credit there. That's up 31%. Funny list of winners there. Creva is like some Yobit shitcoin. I'm not sure what the.
I always
story
felt like
behind
they
it is.
literally just like switched the word crave around. That's how it felt at the time.
That's what I thought too. They were a C-Cex like stealth listing long ago, and they were in a site. They were a site that was mostly in Mandarin. They were 99% pre-mined coin with like billions and billions of coins, and they were a script launch. And when they launched, literally nobody was mining it. So I put my oldest, crappiest GPU on it for a couple days, and I got every block. And they started out trading like kind of like I dumped it all for like 10 satoshis each, and then they were like, oh, there's people selling on the market that aren't us. So our market's engaged now, and they bought it up to like 3,000 sats. So could have been the most money I'd ever made with a GPU, but I didn't believe in my own ability to sniff out a turd or like a diamond
Right.
from turds, I guess. So.
That's kind of that's the angle with Yobit for me lately. It's like these coins are shitty, but you just want to try and catch the ones that might randomly pump, and it's still kind of fun to play that game sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely is.
So that's the story with Creva Coin. ByteCent is like, wasn't that a Twitter guy's coin?
I really do not recognize that one.
Yeah, ByteCent was, if you remember the hashtag #RichLikeIE. IE, what was his main thing? Iconic Expert. That's what
right.
it's.
Oh yeah, I remember Iconic Expert.
Yeah, he was a big guy. He would always just run off his mouth. He was like the original kind of, I'm crypto rich and I'm a jerk about it.
Right. Okay, so kind of and Steam's up this week, so maybe that's finally hit the floor. With
It
everything
was doing
else,
good last week too. Remember?
yeah,
Man.
that's kind of cool to see because I guess with Bitcoin, going up and all the alts going down, seeing which coins are going up can kind of be like a good indicator. I think.
I think I would just love to see Steem be able to have an actual floor because that would put so much more legitimacy into the thing that they're actually building.
Yeah, stable value.
Yeah.
But that's kind of to their credit, I guess they came up with the Steam-backed dollars to provide a way of kind of having a stable value, and then you also have the coin that you can ride out.
Yeah, and the Steam-backed dollar actually, I for a different reason was looking at that earlier today, and it was right around $1 still right now.
Yeah, they've held the peg since it came out, which is not what you usually see.
Over on the
Absolutely.
loss sides of the week, we're looking at Synereo down 43%.
Oh.
One Credit down 29%. Zcash sliding down still at 24%, but it's buddy Vcash right there with the 24% loss.
Zcash and Vcash both down 24%.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Zcash not a surprise. It was kind of last week is when it was at the height of its little, close to the height of the kind of mini pump that it had, or the bounce, you could say, I guess. And then I think Synereo down 40% is the big news there. Just crashing hard.
Yeah, that's surprising a lot of people, especially people that it's right around where people bought on like the technical, right before the technical breakout. So yeah, a lot of people that bought around there and held it didn't dump everything at all, are just feeling kind of weird right now.
Yep, they're in the doldrums now. It's like, oh great, now it's at 7,000. You know that it might come back, but you also know that you're gonna have to wait probably months, and nobody likes that. So yeah, sorry, Synereo holders. And that's gonna do it for the markets this week. Next, we're gonna jump into our random coins.
Yeah, and the first random coin is going to be DigitalNote. What we do is roll a number 1 to 100 on random.org and check that out on coinmarketcap.com.
All right, what's the deal here with DigitalNote? I see that there are 6.8 billion of these things.
The first thing I noticed was that they were on Poloniex.
Oh,
That gave me some
heyo.
hope for them.
What's the price? 25 sats.
And
Interesting.
Bittrex too.
What's the deal with this coin? Is it a rebrand or something I like?
Yeah, it used to be DuckNote. In
Really?
fact, if you go to Bitcoin Talk at the DigitalNote original, there's a bunch of ASCII art ducks quacking along the
That's incredible.
screen still. It was one of the first DarkNote forks,
Okay.
or like altcoins on the DarkNote. Is that what it's called? The DarkNote type blockchain.
I see the word dark note here in the thread.
CryptoNote.
Oh,
is
it's
what
CryptoNote.
called,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Looks like they got a GUI here. I don't think most of the crypto notes don't have GUIs, right?
Yeah, I think that's their main thing. Their main thing is that they have a GUI and they're on Polo.
Those are pretty two good main things to have, I guess, because DigitalNote's humming along, 1.3 million market cap.
I see an active thread, and as we'll look at in our 10-week roundup coming up here, an active coin is not as common as it might seem.
Yeah, it's true. So let's see here. Next, that was DigitalNote. I don't know too much about the development on it. Do you know anything else about it? Not so fast.
No, not beyond just looking at. I don't think I've looked at the thread since it was Darknote or Ducknote or whatever. So it's kind of cool to see that it's active.
I really love
today.
I really, really like the gimmick of coming out with a joke coin and then doing the serious theme rebrand.
Yeah, that's a whole surprise FOMO inducer right there. I love it.
It's great. And it seems like it works like... I know, I completely forgotten what the origins of this coin were. I can't even... And I pay a lot more attention to this shit probably than most people, so... I feel like that strategy probably, like, essentially for 9 out of 10 people that you might be trying to sell your coin to, you know, they might have no idea that you came out as Ducknote or
right.
What the Fuck Coin or whatever else.
Yeah. Well, I have a play that I just actually finished accumulating now that's going through a funny to serious community takeover style rebrand, and I'm in, so I may as well tell you. Do you remember Paycon?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember the name.
The Paycoin spoof or whatever.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to rebrand now. So
I thought that's a great idea, because all I remember about Paycon is like you had a developer there who looked like he was working really hard all the time. Then people just wouldn't take him seriously because Paycoin was so shitty. It pissed so many people off that I think just like thinking about it made people not even want to deal with Paycon. So that's a smart play, I think, on their part. That's cool.
No doubt.
Do you remember what's the developer's name on that one? I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I can't remember, but I think he actually gave up a ghost, but there was people in the community that he had solicited help from, which are now running it, and I think he's just kind of behind the scenes, but still accessible.
No, sweet. Well, I mean, that's about as good as it gets for kind of some of these old just clone type coins.
Not to highlight your random coin spotlight shilling a bag that I have. But,
that's random
it was topical,
too, right?
sort of. So.
But what's funny about a coin like this, when we look at the coin market cap and the fact that it even gets into this random coin spotlight, is because it does have a $1.3 million market cap.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good regardless, but some of that...
But it's not uncommon also within a lot of different coins that are just totally controlled, I suppose. I don't know where this one's standing.
Yeah, we have a weird perspective in crypto because it's like, 1.3 million in a lot of markets is like complete chump change, obviously. And it's, to us, it's a big deal because we're kind of small-time traders, I guess. But, it's also incredible to think about. This is a $1.3 million market cap. It's not a company with employees. Like, it's a shitcoin,
Right.
Yeah. But the same thing, like, what makes those numbers mean something after a while is if you look at, like, what it takes to break into the top 100 of market cap. Like, today it's $629,000 market cap. But if you look at the historic pricing at coinmarketcap.com, if you look at like what it took to break into the top 100 a year ago, it was like 100,000 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like way less than that. And then 2 years ago, like there weren't even 100 altcoins in there, right? Like listed in there. So in a way, like there is still phenomenal value being built at the long tail, which is where we play, right?
Right.
And that's a gigantic exponential uptrend that why would it not continue,
Yeah, and it kind of shows, there's still potentially a lot of upside potential in all of this. Like, it's easy for me to be cynical, especially when I first started trading and first got into the game. I was really cynical about the price of Bitcoin and altcoins in general. And in general, I was right because Bitcoin crashed from like $800 to when I first started trading down to 200 or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But then, of course, that kind of gave me the wrong idea. I was like, oh, I'm always going to be bearish on Bitcoin and always going to be kind of bearish on alts in the long term. And then 2016 came along and kind of blew up my expectations in that regard. And so now it's fun to see, like you said, the price of these top 100 altcoins, even after a huge 30% slide in the past few weeks, is still way higher than it was in 2015, and
Way higher.
and still higher than it was in 2014. Like when it was supposed to be, some of these markets were supposed to be like at their craziest. So, and then you think about the fact that it could still go 10x from here, and it's pretty exciting.
All right, so our second random coin is going to be Cryptonite.
Cryptonite.
These ones are actually closer together coin market cap ranking wise than a lot of our random coins are, but I went with it anyway.
Cool.
It was another PoloniX coin.
It's Cryptonite. Let's see. This one has 200 million coins out there. Cryptonite, also known as Krypton, but with a C. Because there's a Krypton with a K.
Yeah, and the ticker says XCN on CoinMarketCap.
Right. It is the first currency to implement the mini blockchain scheme. I don't know what that means, but they say that it is going to create a truly scalable cryptocurrency.
Well, I can see it's also on BTER and BTC38, and that a huge majority of the volume is on BTC38.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Compared to PoloniX. PoloniX has 2.4K, excuse me. And then BTC38 has 16.6. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they still have an operational 1gh.com pool. That was a really old pool from 2014.
1GH. The pool game's it's funny how it's changing. I've been doing there's a new pool, G-Flare, that I think is a Twitter guy's that I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah, it's Romano's.
Oh, nice. Right on. That I mined some of that shitcoin IOE on, so that was fun. But then it was too shitty and he shut the pool down. Always sad to see. What other? There's a few other new pools. I've actually been using that Y pool a little bit, ypool.ga.
Yeah, so have I.
They've been all right. And there's a couple other new NOMP pools. I don't use NOMP pools very much if I can avoid it, but
yeah, it's hard to tell when they break, and it's the problem with NOMP pools is if you mine for a while, and you want to send your coins to an exchange really fast, you have to combine all your unspent all these inputs,
right?
Or you might not be able to even create a transaction if the blockchain's not very well made.
The flip side of that, and I've been in this position a lot, is the pool operators will have the same problem. So if you've mined a few thousand inputs into a pool and just leave them stacked up there, if you try to send them all to the exchange at once, which you have to do because most pools will make you withdraw everything, then the pool will have the same problem. Their transaction will fail and they end up having to troubleshoot it. But
yeah, and then you're just a place in line rather than first in your own line.
But truth be told, that's what I usually do. I usually just leave them on the pool. I'm a bad customer, I guess, in that regard.
Yeah, I guess. It's safer, though, too. And, they build from source. So, in a way, that's part of the pool's service, right?
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of miners don't want to put a wallet on their computers at all with good reason. And they would rather just mine to a pool, and then if and when it gets on exchange, they'll send it there. If it never gets onto exchange, they'll probably just give up the coins.
Yeah,
I'm all about it, honestly. And the thing, like you said, it's a lot safer for you as a miner because you don't have to download these crappy wallets. That's a huge deal for somebody who wants to trade in these new coins.
Oh yeah, no, I got burned last year for a lot of my holdings because I downloaded a shitty wallet. So
yeah, virtual machines are great, but they're always they're kind of a pain in the ass. I think if I had a really good data management protocol where I always had a clean VM ready to go, it would be easier for me to keep up with actually downloading new coin wallets. But
that's how. Yeah, I've thought of that type of plan as well. Hasn't ever quite worked out.
Yeah, I find sandboxing is really good because you can it's really quick to create a new sandbox very quickly, and it's really, really, if you have other security protocols in place, it's really hard for a running executable to do anything outside of that sandbox. You have to really, really make a mistake in order for it to do that. So I find it's a happy medium, and it's steered me okay so far.
Yeah, and the other thing is, these shitcoins are worth so little these days that it's who cares if you lose them on the pool or if the transaction doesn't work? It's oh no, I lost $20.
Yeah, that's part of the risks you take.
But that's just part of mining. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think all that Cryptonite is a very random coin.
It is. I think it's probably cooler than I even am giving it credit for. I kind of like what I'm
The
seeing.
thread actually has activity in it, which is something that we look for, like when we're going through the 10-week review and we're trying to figure out whether a coin is active. We basically look at the thread. We look at whether it's still being traded, it has any volume, and also whether it's on CoinMarketCap.com. So in that regard, I would have put Cryptonite as active today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's still going down. It's probably not. I don't know if there's still development going on, but there almost in some cases for old coins there doesn't have to be development as long as there is a developer just towing the line.
Someone who posts in the thread. Well, in the most recent page of the Bitcoin Talk thread, OC Miner himself responds to something. So, he's got his eye on it. I think he might have had a pool for it.
So yep, that was Cryptonite, our second random coin of the day.
And that's going to move us straight into our 10-episode recap.
Boom, 10 episodes. Last time.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. As some of you may or may not know, we meet with Not So Fast every 10 episodes so far, and we look at the epochs of altcoins together.
The glorious grand history of
I was thinking
shitcoins.
today, it's almost hard to imagine that we ever didn't take a look at all of this together.
Well, since episode 10, that's what it's been. We've been poring over the rich tapestry.
Well, I mean, Woody and I have kind of been doing this in a way since we got into the game, It's like we're always looking at the new coins and kind of laughing about what's out there, so it's fun to put it into get it out there on the internet, get it written down, that kind of shit.
Yep. Documentation.
So let's see, episode 30, 10 shows ago, the last time we did this was September 24th, 2016. It was a different world back then.
Was pre-Zcash.
We knew that it was coming up. I remember we were all talking about it together.
Yeah.
Yep, Zcash was definitely on the horizon then. ETH was worth a lot more, I know that. Bitcoin was worth a lot less.
Right.
So let's see. We're going to look at the shows that were launched back then, 10 weeks ago on September 24th, and see if any of them are still worth a damn.
So the first one that was a standout to us was actually on show number 30 with you, Not So Fast, and it was Atomic Coin. And we were super surprised when we looked at what this coin currently looked like to us on CoinMarketCap. Considering the number of coins that are even going to be active when we look at it, we were pretty surprised.
Yeah, like just reading through this list of coins that came out back then 10 weeks ago, it's VTL Coin, Sincere Coin, Livia Coin, Atomic Coin, Levo Coin, ERB, Yo-Yow, InChain, Doge Jr., Pearl Coin, Dark Silk, and Forex Coin. And so, like, most of those coins probably never even really came out, or never even, you'll never hear about them again. So that's why I was kind of surprised to look at Atomic Coin. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention 10 weeks ago, because this coin looks like exactly the kind of coin I would be interested in.
Same here. Like, the mining specs are awesome.
Yeah.
Block reward's good. Like, short proof of work.
Where
low
was
coin
I?
count.
Where was I?
I was gone too. I don't know what happened.
But yeah, Atomic Coin came out then. It's at a 31,000 market cap right now. I don't think it had a large pre-mine. No pre-mine. And it's still got active posters. Did you see if there was still a dev working on this thing, or has he gone quiet?
I can't tell. Is Dr. Famous is the guy's name.
I like that.
Let's see. Let's check when he last posted out here.
Dr. Famous, Atomic Coin. His last active on November 23rd. So he's been pretty quiet.
Oh, same day as the IOE dev was last active.
Really? Was this an airdrop
No,
there?
I haven't been looking at that.
That's a great tinfoil hat right there, man. That you might be right on. You might be onto something with that one. Also,
But anyway, that one stood out just because it actually had this higher market cap. And then the Levo coin also was on CoinMarketCap.com for some reason.
but that's only a $2,200 market cap, so less than 3 bitcoins.
They get a lot lower though, folks.
Yeah, that turned out to actually be above the mark because, we just listed like 10 or 12 coins there or something. Those are the only two that even ever made it to CoinMarketCap. The rest are just like gone into the wind. Blockchains in the wind.
Then what do we got? We got ERB, which is inactive. That was
Shitty ICO.
End Road Bullying Coin.
End Road Bullying. Shitty ICO.
Yo Yow, InChain, Dodge Jr.
I think that's still going on. I think people are still trying to get Doge Jr. going.
Really? Yeah. Well, I got a list as active here.
So yeah, that was show number 30. Going forward a week to September 31. What do we have here? I see a bunch of high pre-mine shit coins. Looks like about 15 coins launched that week. Oh, here's one. Zcoin. Boom.
Yep.
There we go.
Show number 31. That was September 31. Zcoin came out. Kind of beat Zcash to the punch.
Yeah, that was a really awesome launch, actually.
It was. We saw it, and we kind of like we joked about it being like, oh, these guys are. I thought they were just kind of bullshitting, like trying to ride the Zcash hype wave.
Right.
But they've put together a cool little coin here, and I definitely underestimated it.
Yeah.
A lot of people did, and anybody who didn't and jumped on it made a very good amount of money.
Nice.
And then there was some other coins.
Harambe Coin came out that week.
Oh, nice. I thought that was such a great name.
It's a great name, bad coin, unfortunately. Not an uncommon occurrence.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking another couple dozen coins came out basically on show 31, and only
there
a
was
couple still
Halloween
around.
there. Cash Out Coin got the coinmarketcap.com, but that's only $2.3 thousand market cap.
Yeah, I don't think I mind any of these.
Luckchain is one that had like one of the questionable coin market cap numbers for us.
Yeah, Luckchain is one of those weird coins that comes out, and it's like I think the supply is just like totally owned, so they can run the market cap up as high as they want to pretend it could
Those
be.
don't usually make it to coin market cap. Oh yeah, and it's got a. Why is the ticker called Bash for that? That makes no sense.
That is
Yeah.
a good question.
And it was a C-Cex ICO, and then it was one of those ones that also like kind of ran simultaneously on one exchange while being traded on another.
Oh, that's always weird.
Yeah.
Just weird. This is there's a lot of weirdness going on in crypto, and Luckchain is one of those.
But it scooted itself up pretty high in that list. And then Ego at $1.3 thousand market cap. I don't really know how CoinMarketCap chooses which coins to go on there anymore.
Most of the time, it's like if they can sync the freaking if they can sync the
it up.
wallet,
Yeah.
if it actually has a definite coin supply that they can calculate against, I think that's about all it takes, man.
They can sync the wallet and they can link it to an exchange.
Yeah, because it seems like it used to be like a big achievement for coins to get on CoinMarketCap, like they were somewhat discriminating in what they would list. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I think if you're on any exchange that they can sync to, they'll toss you on there.
Which is pretty sweet.
So, walking forward in time, show number 32.
Boy, Jobs Coin.
Jobs Coin came out that week. So did AllSafe. And this is a funny little bit here. SpaceCash.
SpaceCash.
That's a coin that came out this week, but there was an ICO announcement for it on show 32 that I had totally forgotten about until I went back through this. And then he deleted or kind of closed the ICO thread and then launched it as a straight proof of work coin this week. That's pretty funny. We had Sir Daniel Fortescue launched on show 32.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I tried to look that. It seems like it's some sort of cartoon character from maybe a video game or a cartoon.
Weird.
Yeah, looks like a skeleton.
Looks
He's a
like
I'll
skeleton
let the
man.
kids deal with that.
Yeah.
Looks like that was another rough week for shitcoins, with only Jobs Coin and AllSafe ever becoming traded that week. And the kind of trend here is we've had a lot of bad IPO announcements and almost none of them launch.
Sometimes it would be when all those cannabis coins started pumping, a few of those actually made it onto at least exchanges and CoinMarketCap, the new ones. Cannabis Industry Coin being one that I was surprised to see up there.
Cannabis?
At $7.7 thousand market cap.
Huh, that's cool.
Yep.
Surprised to see, the weed theme still getting traction, I guess.
Well, there's always news events around it, right, in North America. So I guess
That's true.
Where there's news, there's shitcoins to trade around based loosely on that.
Just rebranded randomly around. Funny,
Yeah.
looking at show 33, not a single coin made it to market. How crazy is that?
Oof.
I think CrabCoin might be on Yobit. It doesn't have coin market cap, though.
No, CrabCoin was one that was being traded in multiple places, but
Nice.
wasn't on coin market cap.
Huh.
I thought that was interesting for sure.
Its volume on Yobit
But see,
is
that's
now
why
0.
it's listed. It's active. It's active.
Crab
It's
coin.
just not. It's just not on there.
As you probably don't remember, CrabCoin, of course, is a coin to raise awareness for people about crab people.
Right. Which are crab people are two-legged crabs that live under the earth and talk like people.
Yeah, they look
They
like
taste
people.
like crab, though. I'm pretty sure
Definitely taste
Yeah.
like crab. They shed their shells and then
they talk like people.
become crab people.
And there's a song to go with it. I forget what season of South Park that was, but it was like 10 years ago, I'm thinking.
Yep. So that's pretty funny. ARK was also that huge ICO that everyone's all in a puff about. That was announced on show 33 there.
Yep, we're looking at getting an interview with somebody from their team right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll be-
cool. That'd be good.
So jumping ahead, show 34, another huge ICO announcement on show 34, a little coin called Gollum
Yeah.
that kind of blows up the market cap rankings here with an $8.6 million market cap.
Yep, they definitely dominated this 10-week cycle as far as the number of is concerned there.
We also had Cradio, much smaller. I think that's an IPO too.
Creatio.
Creatio or Creatio?
I say Creatio.
One of the fun things I've learned doing the show that I never thought about before is I have no idea how to pronounce any of this stuff.
You never do until you're on the air. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And then you just you make it up, and then I guess that's just becomes the pronunciation. Who knows?
You might be the one that establishes it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna lean on that. It is now Creatio, and it's worth $6,100.
Yeah. They're going to get so much lower, though, eventually.
You think they're going down? I haven't paid attention to it.
They're going down to $6.10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about Golem Project, man? They've got a lot of ground to
killing
lose.
it. I don't know. As far as money earned goes, there was a lot of money transferred in that
Market.
that thing.
Yeah, true.
Some Ethereum transactions took place, and then you have Golem.
So yeah, some big announcements that week too. But once again, it's IPOs are stealing the thunder. Most of them are really terrible. Wrapper ICO was also show 34.
Nice.
And that's one that's the C-Cex IPO that kind of makes you question your sanity because it's on C-Cex, but also it somehow almost looks good for an ICO.
I'm really
coin.
closely involved with them. Just they reached out to me, and so I was sort of helping them along. So at the beginning, only because I thought that their Fourier transform thing was the first cool improvement built on top of Zcash. So I thought, yeah, I'll definitely talk to these guys, and they were finding a place for their ICO, and I recommended against C-Cex, but Yuri was he was decent to them, so
Okay.
they've had to endure the fallout from that, and it hasn't been too bad because it's been a while since there was a C-Cex ICO scam, but their ICO ended today, and I don't think trading's happened yet. But yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, I
more than
noticed.
other
I saw you tweet about it, and I think I was like, well, I know that Not So Fast doesn't really like C-Cex ICOs. Of course, is what I thought to myself, and I was like, well,
Has he forgotten?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I
and,
haven't forgotten how badly I've been burned by Build and Versa.
Versa. We give C-Cex IPOs and C-Cex in general a hard time because they do have a lot of those kind of questionable coins on there. But
They absolutely deserve it and more.
yeah, but I honestly I like C-Cex too. Like the guy's Yuri's just kind of like the plucky small time exchange operator who's just
well, and if they have
Who's doing
had it, as far as public traders are concerned, for me, if they ever had any security breaches, they've been dealt with internally because I've never
Right.
lost any Bitcoin or anything from C-Cex yet.
That's
No,
true.
That's true. They do have a track record on that. At least they're pretty airtight.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when it was like Bittrex, Poloniex, and C-Cex was all that was out there.
Yeah, and
After
Poloniex was like the kind of the distant third for volume. I mean, when their interface was like looked like it was done in Times New Roman, like in Word.
Yeah, when they got that
C-Cex's
Starship
interface was the
Enterprise
best.
upgrade, everybody, it just made so much sense then.
Yep.
And then when the thousands of Bitcoins started flowing in.
C-Cex was the first exchange to have that sweet, sweet night mode as well. Poloniex took a
that's
key from him
true.
there.
Yeah.
So you have a wrapper ICO there. Next, we're going on to show 35. That was October 29th. So still like, what's that, a month and a half ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like a bunch of pretty bad coins came out on that show. Bentley Coin, Beep Coin, Bank Coin Global, Swish Coin. None of them are trading. I don't
Show
think.
number 35, I think, is the only one that doesn't have anything going on.
Looks like
well, Geo was a swap, I think, from Draco, whatever that was.
Oh,
That was
wow.
like some kind of token.
Huh. Yeah, that's the only one of these that's still showing any kind of sign of life, so
Oh, yeah, that one is listed active, too. You're right.
nice. Moving forward in time, show number 36. It's going to be the start of November. And looks like we had a bunch of Zcash clones. Zcash Dark Coin.
Yes, finally, the Zcash clones.
Zoin.
Zoin is great because it has an $800 market cap.
Wow. You know, and that's like, so we laugh at that, but that's like that's a high bar compared to a lot of these other coins because that's more than zero.
Right. And I've got it listed as active, which means that people are either posting or semi sort of watching this coin. I
like
from my
Zoin.
perspective.
I like Zoin because it's got no pretense. You know, Zoin's
Yeah,
not.
it was pretty cool. Actually, I CPU mined a bunch, and when I think I personally paid for it to get listed at Nova, and then I sold my coins, and I made like a couple, like 0.02 from CPU mining for a day. It was awesome.
Hey, that's worth it. That's worth your
Yeah.
time. So yeah, Zoin's out there. I love to see like how low can a coin market cap go and still have a market cap. I think Zoin is starting to push the limit there. I think part of the reason that people won't just like buy up a coin like that is because it's got so much mining still, so they know that even if they do buy it up, they'll have to stick with it for the long term to actually ever affect the market.
Yeah, that's the difficulty. You can't corner a market that's still in emission, basically.
Yeah, the list we're looking at has so many ICOs that never launched. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's looking to me like about... Man, I should have counted that number. I'm going to count it up real quick.
Okay. And in the meantime, we're going to take a look like over at yeah, man. The next one that's even on CoinMarketCap is Zcash Share, which is 1.7K on marketcap.com.
It's like 2.5 Bitcoin market cap, basically.
Yep. And it wasn't really anything too special. There's a lot of ones that just hang out right around that type of spot. In fact, that's why I'm almost more impressed by ones that drop below that.
It's like, how can you get less value than the baseline?
And we still haven't even heard the lowest one. I'm so excited for it to eventually come up.
Oh, now I am too.
The lowest of all market caps.
Yeah. So, and then let's see, when we keep going down here, it's interesting. Sometimes CoinMarketCap actually has coins listed, but they don't know the CoinMarketCap because they can't estimate the available supply.
Right.
And that's becoming increasingly the case as all of the Zcash clones, I guess, come into existence because their supply is somehow
dubious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that it can be hard to actually nail down what the money supply is on a Zcash clones, which is interesting.
So at least CoinMarketCap ends up listing a lot of these at question mark. But NetBit is another one that actually is at least active in trading from show 37.
Darkris was another IPO announcement that is probably at least more interesting than some of the others that have come out.
Yep.
That's from a guy. He's done a few other projects in the past. He did like Sig Farm, which was like another distributed mining farm. And that, as far as I know, he's always delivered on his projects, so that's probably one to watch.
Yeah, I first started talking to him. I feel like a jerk because now I remember I never actually bought one, but he was making custom little Raspberry Pi staking machines that were like super hardened to only stake your coin forever and just like turn themselves back on in case of a power loss and all this cool stuff. So
yeah, that was show number 37. Good week there. I think, did Inflation Coin ever make it to market? That might be on Yobit or something.
I don't think so, actually.
So let's see, powering on show 38, just 2 short weeks ago. We had Zcoin Dark, another Zcash clone. Boson, a high pre-mine shitcoin that's like 0 Satoshi on Yobit already. That's when that coin IOE we were talking about launched. It was like IOE came out. It had a big airdrop, and people just got really excited about it for some reason, myself being one of them. And then
myself being another.
Yeah, the dev just like totally botched the airdrop. And
he botched it. He tried to redo it, and then he realized how much work that would be to do it right. And then he has not been seen for a couple weeks, but
he absconded.
Certain people keep mining it, keep a small order on.
Yeah, certain idiots think that they're going to be like getting ahead of the game by putting small hash orders on this. And then they find that the pool is shut down and they've been mining rig rentals on a dead pool for 2 days.
And so they retreat to iSpace, the last possible mining pool for any coin before it's gone. And then, yeah.
So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I've been mining IOE probably for no good reason. But who knows? I like it's weird because all these coins are so shitty, but
yeah.
When you even have a blockchain that you can actually like get a piece of through mining these days, it's so rare that sometimes you just do it for fun.
Right. Moving into show number 38, we find finally that lowest market cap coin at a $171 market cap.
Rega.
It's actually, I think it was like the 5th lowest one on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, one of the lowest value coins in existence was launched just 2 short weeks ago.
Yeah, and actually I had to list it as inactive as well.
The devs already
so I don't know what happened there, but it's gone.
What's the total supply of CoinMarketCap? It says it's like 22 or so million.
I think it's probably not mined yet, but it does have a pre-mine. So like 90% of that market cap is probably the pre-mine value.
Okay, yeah, because I'm seeing almost 17 million here for sale at Coin Exchange. Much of that is 2 Satoshi.
So he's got the whole pre-mine just posted up on Coin
I
Exchange.
Man.
I love it. And it's only worth $170. Like, that's a funny thing. Like, nobody even wants to buy it at that price because then you have to follow through and mine it just to keep your share of the stock, probably. But
what that is, I guess, is a dev tried. He got it listed on Coin Exchange, but then sent all his coins to try and dump the pre-mine, but there was no bids to dump into, so he just left them on the offer. It's a dumping pre-mine frozen in time.
Just forever to see. Coin Exchange doesn't delist as far as I know. At least they haven't yet, so it'll probably just be there waiting.
Cool.
So yeah, good week there on show 38. That takes us to show 39. That was last week. What came out then? Zdash, iWallet coin.
Yeah, the whole theme has definitely been Z, hasn't it?
Yeah, I wonder, when we did our Z roundup, we had like a dozen Z coins to look at. I bet we're over 20 Zcash clones at this point.
Yeah, I couldn't believe like the ones that I hadn't heard of when you did that roundup, and then there's 6 or 7 since then at least.
Yeah, there's some hilarious coins in that list, and Zcrypt is one of them that came out. That was
Ebit's the notorious scam at this point.
Yeah, everyone's pissed about Ebit's. It's like, why'd you put your money into it?
Oh
well.
Never give anyone anything.
Don't. If you buy into an IPO, you got to realize that you're on the hook for everything. Like, you might lose it all because there's no accountability in crypto. So yeah, show 39, Zdash. I'm wondering what happened with Zdash because it was from the Stuhlman, that kind of joke developer. And I'm curious if he just ran off already or if he's kind of riding it through at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder.
I've always imagined if I were in that situation that what I would do is just play it by ear. It depends on how much market share I have and how much I actually think I can get away with.
Yeah, do you want to try and play market maker for a few months, or do you want to just, let go and
I mean, how
find
long did
something else
John
to do?
Connor do it? 2 years?
He did a great job.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Stillman posted in his own Z- thread yesterday. So,
All right.
and he's online right now. I'm watching you, Stillman.
I love you, Stillman. Okay, so that does it. That's going through week by week there. That's the last 10 weeks. The theme is that there have been a lot of IPOs. Most of them don't launch. The ones that do launch are usually Yobit IPOs. Looking at it by the numbers here, we had 138 announcements this time.
Dang.
That's up 33 from the last time we did this. So the shitcoin devs have been really hard at work.
And
There's
I think
something
now
going
that
on.
the trend is towards ICOs. It's really hard to go to wallet builders and build a coin comparatively to how hard it is to put a Bitcoin address and talk about what you're gonna do.
Yep. That's totally true. For as far as how many coins were launched, we had 138 announcements. Only 93 of those were actually launched, and most of the ones that didn't launch were IPOs. Usually, if people do a proof of work coin, they just launch it. They don't tell you about it. That's 26 more coins launched than last time we did this, so that's another. I guess shitcoin developers are just in high gear.
Right.
Some other interesting numbers here. If you look at how many of the 138 announcements are still active, just 50. And we have 88 that are basically abandoned already.
Yeah. A lot of those inactive ones also were just like ICOs that are still, let's say, raising funds.
They're in month 2 of 37 of
yeah.
their...
Phase 3 of 45 of ICO induction.
Bonus ICO round 5 ending soon. Bounties available.
You may hit Rega level funding.
So those fall into inactive as well.
Yep. So yeah, I guess what that means is that about 1/3 of shitcoins will still be active even just 1 month after they get launched.
Those ones, of course, can't actually be traded either.
Right. Yeah. Most of those aren't even traded.
The blockchains don't exist. It's just like a funding page.
Yeah. Right. They never make the blockchain on a lot of these ICOs. Yeah. They just are like, here's a Bitcoin address. Maybe somebody will randomly send money to it.
Yep.
Good stuff. 2 of them are known viruses, so that's always fun to see.
Be careful out there.
Use virtual machines. As far as the 93 coins that were launched, only 14 of them actually made it to CoinMarketCap and have values that can be calculated.
Interesting.
That list is Atomic Coin, Levo Coin, Impulse, Zcoin, Cash Out, Ego, Jobs Coin, AllSafe, Cannabis Industry Coin, Gollum, Creatio, Zoin, Zcash Share, and Rega. Very prestigious list there. I don't think I have any of them.
Such a variety.
I wish I had some Zoin. I should have mined Zcoin.
I don't have Zoin anymore. I sold it all, but it's very cheap to buy, as you can see. So if you want it, it's there.
And I'm lamenting not buying Atomic Coin because it's one of the highest value of any of these new ones.
Yep.
Going by the numbers here, the average market cap is 586,000 of those coins that did get to CoinMarketCap. But that number is highly distorted by Gollum, which accounts for like all of that value.
Statistically, all of it.
So yeah, going by the median, that was the average market cap, 586,000. The median market cap is only 2,350, which is actually almost exactly the same as the last time we did this. And that was a huge decline from previous weeks. And so we're basically seeing that new coins basically could not be worth any less, essentially, than they are now. So yeah, that's hilarious. But the funny thing is we joke about that, but as we also know, that's like probably way higher than it was a year ago. And so there definitely is still room to go down if that's the way the markets decide to go. But yeah, that's going to do it for the roundup there. I would say overall a rough 10 weeks for altcoins, but nevertheless still a couple of interesting projects launched with.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well.
You know, we had Zcoin, Arc announced, Golem is out.
Zcoin's right at the top for me right now, man. As far as ones that I'm looking at, I love it.
Yeah, it's like the main secondary competitor to, well, you know how there's the two divergent implementations of the zero coin or zero cash, zero knowledge proof algorithm, right? And so zero coin is, Zcoin is like the main contender to Zcash, you could say. And didn't it have famous Twitter? Who backed it? Who
It was a VertCoin guy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. I don't know if one of the Twitter guys got behind it. I'm sure they're probably all on board at this point.
I thought like a big Bitcoin guy. I thought like Roger Ver got behind it or something silly.
Oh
nice.
Wow, I didn't. I wasn't familiar with that.
I remember hearing just that it was the same people as the VertCoin team.
Well, it was. I felt like it was slightly opportunistic because it was Moneta, which has nothing to do with any of that stuff, and they just kind of, we have a blockchain, we're gonna like cobble this together, and we're gonna position ourselves right here. We're gonna launch before Zcash, and I think if that's what they did it very successfully.
Yeah, that's interesting. Moneta is something that Brandon mentioned to me earlier today while we were putting together the show.
The same week that Zcoin launched, somebody launched another shitcoin called Moneta. But I think it was totally unrelated to the Moneta that was what Zcoin was.
Right. They were trying to steal that name.
Just goes to show how fun it can be in a world with where nobody can enforce these names in any way. Everyone's just like, it's a free-for-all.
Yeah, nobody even like does a search to check.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're already running out of short names, and like, you know, I've seen shitcoins launch where they use another short name and then they're like, oh, though it's already in use when people complain. And then they pick another one that's already in use, and like
tickers are overlapping a lot. We're seeing a lot of longer and longer tickers as people are like trying to still have a unique coin, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, they're picking stuff like Choof, which still makes me laugh.
Great coin.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we're going to move on now to the new coins of the week. We love them new posts. All right, here we go. So we know that the last 10 weeks have been pretty rough for altcoins. We're going to see just what the hell came out this week.
Yeah, and we're straight back into it, basically, with Punz Coin.
Punz Coin, another comedy coin. So does that mean it's going to rebrand into like...
Yeah, I don't know. That was almost how I felt with this one for some reason. At least they have a blockchain going.
Right.
I was really disappointed this week with the amount of coins that just don't have blockchains whatsoever.
Yeah, we saw that. So what was like 93 coins launched out of 140. So that's still like, you know, 2/3 of the posts pretty much will eventually end up as some kind of blockchain, whether it's a terrible one or not. Punz is one of those coins. It's just got a super high pre-mine, a thread full of memes. And that's probably all there is to this one.
It doesn't seem like there are any major pools on board or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing that made it to the original post anyway.
I like that in its list of futures is X13, pre-mine, proof of works, and proof of stake. So they're listing the pre-mine as a future. So this is just a wall of builders. They worked hard. All right.
The next up is Jane Coin. And Jane Coin, I'm actually almost loving any proof of work coin right now this week. So as far as Jane Coin's concerned, at least they're in that category. But beyond that, it's really just another coin, I guess.
Yeah, I think this follows, like, it triggers this like reminding thing in me. It's like the same shit dev that takes a stock image and makes that, like we were saying earlier, just a really high pre-mine that will never get matched by the supply that miners can mine in like 1,000 years. So like
12 years mining or
have
whatever.
1 million blocks, 1 million times 6 minutes. So like 1 million times 10 an hour, or 100,000 hours till halving.
So yeah, it'll be literally
See you
like
then.
20 years by the time miners catch up with the pre-mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are just Yobit dump coins, obviously. And we were joking last week. It would be cool if somebody made a blockchain that can create these high pre-mine shit clones and just automatically churn them out onto Yobit or onto Bitcoin Talk. Really
Like
take the work
everybody
out
in
of
the
it.
thread is onto this. I don't think the developer ever really posted again in the Bitcoin Talk thread about it.
So most likely going to be inactive. But up next we got SpaceCash.
SpaceCash.
Yeah.
Woo! To the moon, they say.
To the moon we go with SpaceCash.
I don't know where they came up with that.
So if as you recall from the recap, SpaceCash was first announced like 2 months ago as an IPO. Gave up on the IPO. And he launched it this week as a small pre-mine, kind of weird DPoS slow start coin. But this coin was funny because he just had a post up front, like a graphic saying that he wasn't going to give anybody any bounties. And I think people
the
like
no
that.
bounty logo is amazing.
I think it should become a standard for crypto. Like anybody who posts a new coin should just drop that no bounty logo in there, and sorry.
No ICO, no pre-mine, no bounties.
It does have a pre-mine.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's the nice title that I want to see.
So yeah. I think the angle here is that it's got a pre-mine. It's like only I say that kind of jokingly because it's like 2.5% pre-mine based on what the initial distribution is. And that is something that would be considered incredibly high, but today it's actually relatively low. But the gimmick here is that it's got like a really slow mining start. So, and it also has DPoS, which is one of the most aggressive staking algorithms. So he's essentially going to be able to stake that pre-mine like a madman.
Some devs will tell you whether or not they're going to stake a DPoS pre-mine. He probably is, though.
Yeah, and I would love to know that, but there's a few other funny things about this. I did decide to mine this, probably just because Supernova listed it, but so I mined up some SpaceCash. I'm feeling all good. The price dumped, obviously, as you might expect. But when I go to try and check the coin supply in the wallet, if I do a get info, it doesn't tell me what the coin supply is. Have you seen that before?
Oh, yeah, I have in a few coins, and most of the time it's when the block reward declines like every block, like exponentially in a slow decay.
Oh.
But sometimes they'll just take that out of the code. And it's not a good sign when it's something that's fairly simple like this. But I think it's also part of a really early fork of DPoS coins that like just don't have it because it's messed up to try and calculate it or something. I don't know. I shouldn't make excuses. It's not good to
No. Yeah, I know what you're saying. For me, when Brandon told me that, I was like, well, that combined with the fact that it has no block explorer.
So
yeah, like if you have a block explorer, then it's not such a big deal to not be able to see it in the wallet. But like,
right now,
if you can't
basically,
see
we are not sure how many coins are on the chain.
Correct. Yep, we do not know. Well, I did look in the source, at least preliminarily, and the subsidy is what the pre-mine, is what the post says mostly. There's like one small error in the rewards, but there could be. They can hide it. They can hide this elsewhere in the code, other than the normal places too. But so yeah, who knows? I'm still mining it. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just like bored this week, and I'm mining. I'm mining senselessly. But what I did like about this coin is when it came out, all the nice hash got bought up, and I don't know. Sometimes you just you don't want to miss out. Maybe I'm FOMO mining a shit coin here, but
well, we'll find out next week, right?
Yep. That is SpaceCash.
And then there's BitMiner.
BitMiner, 6% pre-mine.
And nothing too new though, right?
No, it's just like a
Script clone.
So
that actually does it for the proof of work coins.
Yep, not much to say. Like I said, I'm mining SpaceCash, but I would not call that an endorsement. Otherwise, they're all the coins this week have pre-mines, which is not a good sign. And yep.
Over in the airdrop section, we're looking at BitcoinXBT.
Heyo. This looks like a low energy airdrop here. I wonder if it's the IOE guy who's trying to kick the airdrop can again.
So it's just all like distributed by Faucet, it looks like. They're calling it Drip program schedule.
But registering for a free digital wallet above. It doesn't look like there's a source code or anything here, so that's always a huge
If
issue
this was
for
on
me.
the 10-week, I would actually list this as inactive right now.
Well,
It's done.
it's already dead.
It's dead.
Dead on arrival.
It's not real.
That's true. It's just a post.
And then over in sort of the relaunch, pre-an, and whatever else category,
We got PaninoTech.
PaninoTech.
Panino.
Panino. Yeah, Panino, you're right.
PaninoTech. All right, what is
Not so
PaninoTech?
fast. You're number 2 in this thread, so you tell us, man.
Yeah, what's the deal here, man?
Oh shit, now I have to go back and look over what I wrote.
You said you followed it and that you will be watching. You're telling me you haven't been watching?
I've lied. I've lied to everyone.
My reality's seriously coming into question now.
Yeah, I've been lying to everybody. Okay, well, yeah, they're trying to sound a bit grandiose, but I thought that they really having a hard time spewing some bullshit here.
They've got four great currencies to launch. What are you talking? That's huge.
Yeah, I think it was like more of a I felt like they were earnest about it, even if they were being a little overly grandiose, and I figured I think I'd shat on a couple other new launches immediately in first post, so I was feeling a little guilty and gave them kind of a bit of a carrot, I guess, but also trying to say say kindly that it's really hard to get one currency working with the amount of work that you seem to have put in so far. So a multi-pronged offering is not
Bold.
very easy to do.
Very bold.
Yeah, I said if you stay nimble and willing to quit the parts that aren't working, which read between the lines is try to do a little less than 4.
Crypto trading is emotional as it is, and then new coins sometimes it's even more so, and it's they say that judges will give lighter sentences after lunch, because they're in a better mood. And I often find that my judgment of some of these shit coins it's just random. Sometimes I'll see a coin and just be like, you know what, I'm going to decide to like this coin and mine it, even if it sucks. And then sometimes I see a coin and be like, I'm not going to like this coin.
Even if it's good. I've made plenty of wrong calls that way, stuff that I shouldn't have been passing on. And then people get in touch with me and saying, hey, are you mining this too? And I'm like, no. And then I feel guilty about saying no like that.
Dude, Wild Beast Bitcoin is one of those ones for me.
Oh, man, I wish I had mined that so bad.
That came out, and people were telling me to mine it. They're like, oh, you got to check this out. And for some reason, I just I've had an inexplicable grudge against it and never mined it. And then I have regretted it ever since.
So did I. I was like, Wild Beast Bitcoin. That is just there are so many better derivatives before you resort to Wild Beast Bitcoin.
Yeah,
and then they stole their Wild Beast lion logo from a kid's high school football team.
Yep.
Yeah, I was soured on them for so long, and then they had such vehement supporters too. They were just
that's going to be rebranded to World Blockchain Business Bananas or something. It'll get a serious rebrand at some point.
What was the classic coin that did that? S&G Shits and Giggles rebranded to Save and Gain or something.
Yep,
Oh,
that was
that's
great.
a good one.
We were joking last week about Pimp Cash that became
Okay
OKCoin.
Coin.
WTF became World Trade Fund.
Yeah, that was another good one. Yeah.
Whoa. Do you remember what Transfer Coin? I think Transfer Coin was a rebrand from that joke coin.
I can't remember.
Doge Dark going to Verge is a huge one.
Yeah.
So
It's probably the highest market cap one.
It's also what is it? Jumbucks used to be. It's always had joke names, I guess. It's gone from one. It was Coin Trader Coin at first, I think.
Coin Markets.
Coin Market.
Coin Markets Coin, and then it was
And
Jeebus.
then it was Jeebus Coin.
Yeah, and then it became Jumbucks because that's more serious than Jeebus, I guess.
Yeah, and now they're changing again, and they're getting even seriouser.
Yeah, now they're doing an ETH clone called Yobit, and that seems scary, but that's one of the coins that we're watching.
Yeah, they're working hard on it though. So I have what you can call for faith in crypto. What passes for faith?
Yeah, that team especially seems to be good guys, if nothing else. And
yeah,
I've noticed I'm programming a new bot right now, and I'm using the Google Go language, and I noticed that a lot of the commits on these like libraries and stuff to help you get Go working with the exchanges is from the Jumbucks developer. So it's like, oh, that's cool,
Oh, interesting.
He's just out there helping people with code. That's cool.
So moving along this week, we're looking at Saj Coin.
Saj Coin.
This is a pre-announcement, I suppose I'd put it under. Not really much. I think it's a joke because
it's an ICO, bro.
Oh, it's more than that. It's got its own Poloniex and Bittrex links that are totally false.
Nice. I love it when they put the it's like the secret. It's like a wish fulfillment thing. They think if they put the Poloniex links in there, the market will come.
I don't know, man. I think this one's even. I mean, total coins as much as needed.
Yeah, I think they're a joke. I think because they say Lightning Network and DAO is activated from Genesis.
Beautiful.
And
they have the unescrowed ICO address right up front. So yeah,
I can't even remember which coin this was it was Dark Lisk. While we were looking back through things, putting together the summary today, one of their thread titles said "decentralized stuff." I just thought that was pretty good.
Just get some decentralized stuff, man. You tired of your stuff being centralized?
Scatter it around a bit.
Move it around.
Decentralized.
Yep, so that's Saj Coin. Don't send your money to that random Bitcoin address.
And don't send it to Abyss either.
I checked it. I'm going to check it again on a Block Explorer.
Yeah, the next coin here is Abyss.
And they're actually saying it's a Bitcoin black hole, so don't send anything there. I just thought this one was great.
This isn't
These people actually went through more effort than, I don't know, like 70% of the last 10 weeks worth of Bitcoin altcoin developers just to put a address on the page that says send money here.
Yeah, that pretty much describes the coin.
Saj Coin has raised 0 Bitcoin.
Oh, nice. I wonder how much Abyss has raised.
Nothing.
So for Abyss Coin is just a graphic essentially of a Bitcoin address with a black hole, and the joke is that you send your money and you won't see it again. 0 Bitcoins raised there as well.
And then in the re-announcements category, I'm throwing in Aquarius Coin.
Aquarius. This one, do you know when the original came out?
No, I don't. But
long ago. This is like a 2013 coin, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I saw they got thrown onto an exchange. We'll get to it here. I'm not sure which one it was, but so at least they're going for something.
They got some team photos here. I love team photos.
I know you love those team photos.
They're on Cryptopia. I like Cryptopia. It's just a long proof of work blockchain. I like that. Yeah, I like this, man. That is.
Yeah, it's old school. Old school script.
I'm an Aquarius myself.
Nice. Well, you should have a special bond with this coin then, for sure, dude.
You should.
It's not happening so far, but we'll see.
Alrighty, that is the re-announcements section. We're going to go to the ICOs next. And we don't really want to give a platform for these shitty ICOs, so we just are going to tell you what's out there. And I don't think any of these stand out for me.
Nope. I think we can just list their names.
We got SimpleCash. We have Crypto Revenue Token, Jetz, WeekendCoin, CornerStoneCoin, Zcashpump, CoralPay, Betking, PureVids, and POSWallet.
And hey,
some of these sound like half-baked app coins, and then the rest are just like kind of garbage. Like,
yep.
WeekendCoin is probably somebody funding his own GoFundMe to go have fun on a weekend.
I remember after Darkcoin came out with masternodes and there was a huge wave of Darkcoin clones, you would see just like coin after coin come out with these, would have masternodes and really stacked rewards. And, they would mine it and dump it on Yobit for like 2 cents or whatever. And eventually it like got to, this was in like mid 2015. And it eventually got to such a stage where there was like 5-10 of these launching a week and nobody would mine any of them. they'd never get listed, and they just kind of would disappear into the wind. And I think we're kind of starting to reach that stage with these ICOs. Like, we're just getting, all of the money that could be sucked out of the people who are kind of getting duped by the ICO craze has kind of been sucked out, and now
It's got to
it's
be
just like
close. It's got to be so close.
And now it's just like the scraps. These guys are fighting for the scraps with the shittiest ICOs you can imagine.
I hope this actually means that like the idea of like a Bitcoin talk announcement is sort of going down the tubes, because all these legitimate projects that have been valid. I mean, I didn't hear about Golem first on Bitcoin talk. I heard about it somewhere else, right? And even like Zcoin, I heard it from someone else. So I think like it's probably a good thing, the sort of final death throes of Bitcoin talks, altcoin subboard being the place where new projects are launched.
The hub of, it's like there was a long time where your project wasn't considered legitimate if it wasn't announced.
That's right.
On that forum. So now, it's cool that we're moving away from that. And it's nice that a lot of it's becoming a lot less time sensitive than it was. There was a period where, like, if you didn't get in a launch within a week or even a day of it coming out, you were way too late.
Hours would be the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like, launch chasing was the thing. I mean, that guy Shadowrunner was the man for having a script that let him
killing it.
Yeah, that was dope.
Totally mine everything that was there to mine with this single GPU before the next fastest person could jump on.
Yeah, that was great. I love that. I mean, that's a great, just kind of a great way to exploit the system. But what's cool now is that you've got a little more time. These coins are coming out. They're not always being announced on Bitcoin Talk. A lot more of them are being announced ahead of time, and a lot more of them have longer reward schedules so that you can actually wait it out and mine it on a reasonable time frame. So that's kind of a cool, I guess, evolution of the market. In some ways it seems like it gets shittier, but in many ways it seems like it gets better.
Okay, so looking back at the new coins this week, what's anything standing out?
For me, I'm just caring about SpaceCash, but that's literally just because I mined it.
Yeah.
It's crushing on Supernova, so...
Like you said with Punz, I mean, that one's stupid as shit, but if that one is dumb enough to rebrand, that would be great.
It's just all too high pre-mine, man. It's like anytime somebody comes out with a real good coin, they're usually willing to put out, $1 or $2 to mine it themselves, and so they don't do the huge pre-mine. Like 13-14% pre-mine just means that they're trying to dump it for 1 sat on Yobit, like almost every time.
Yep.
So it's
unfortunate, but it's easy to see through at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And that's our new coins for the week. We're going to jump next into listings.
Yeah, Supernova, they're mining SpaceCash over there.
I think Supernova OC Miner's been like really frustrated with all these bounty seekers. I've noticed they just rub him the wrong way.
Yeah.
And he loved that no bounty graphic.
Over at Cryptopia, they're putting Pascal on the market.
Hey, this is that's huge, I think.
We've been waiting for that one.
We have been, and that's awesome, man. Pascal, that thing came out like 3-4 months ago at this point. You could have been CPU mining that this whole time.
No way.
That's crazy to think about. I bet it, man. It's so easy to feel bad in crypto and just be like, man, I wish I mined this coin.
Yeah.
Especially because we knew about it. It's been in our face the whole time.
Yeah.
But, that's honestly, all things considered, I'm happy that they were able to get integrated with exchanges. And for coins like this that spend 4 months mining, like I was saying earlier, you don't have to be there at the beginning anymore necessarily to take advantage of a project like this. So it's probably...
in a lot of cases, like people trying to rent hash and get launch coins, they're putting their ROI way higher than they can ever recoup. And you wait till it dies down, and you'll do much better.
So yeah, Pascal's probably, or if it's going to, he's been working on it this long, it's probably going to be going on for a while. So that means it's probably pretty early, I think, in its life.
They also listed Aquarius over there.
Aquarius on Cryptopia.
Yep.
Nothing on Poloniex and Bittrex this week, I don't think.
Nope, never is. And then over on Yobit, we're looking at Creatio, as they say it.
Yeah.
In Montana. And then Current with a K. I
Yep.
don't know how you mispronounce that. And then SpaceCash, of course.
Yep. That's your Yobit coins.
C-Cex lists first coin.
Okay.
And they listed Fermat.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was a little bit confused by what was going on there.
Is that the actual? That is the actual Fermat IOP.
Yeah.
Whoa, that could be a huge listing, man. I was not
Weird.
aware. I was not aware that this chain was out, and it looks like it's on block 13,000, dude. If this is mineable, I should be mining Fermat. Interesting. Keep your eye on this one, I think.
Yeah, I remember looking at this before, and I didn't know it was out.
Interesting.
So that's there. And then over on Livecoin, we're looking at Zarum, which is, I think, might have only been on C-Cex prior to now. Like
No, T-Rex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy to me. And then Open Dollar, which is exclusive to this particular exchange. And then Veros, which I've never heard of either.
Veros. Coin Exchange added Current and SimpleCash. I think those are both ICOs. And that's it for listings. So cool listings this week, man. Pascal on Cryptopia. I think that's huge.
Got to look at Pascal, and I'm definitely going to have to take a closer look at Fermat, or what they're talking about here.
Yeah, my mind is actually kind of blown by that. I was not expecting Fermat to be out already.
Yeah, I've got to catch up. They seem pretty rad.
Yeah, we had him on one of the shows quite a while ago now, but he was really fun to talk to. Luis Molina, I believe.
Yeah. And then that'll just basically scoot us right along into the birthdays this week.
We always love to close the show out with coin birthdays. We only had one birthday this week, but it's a damn good one.
Troll
yeah.
Coin version 2.
Yay!
Yeah.
We thought this was a hilarious coincidence because Not So Fast is a troll coin.
I'm a troll. The troll coin's biggest shill, probably.
Would you say you're an aficionado, perhaps?
Yeah, I have been since the very beginning. In fact, I think it was the first. Once I switched my 2 GPU rig off Dogecoin, the first thing I put it on was Trollcoin on launch. Just so I could get the thrill of mining like tens of thousands of something in a day. And yeah, I guess they ran for a while, and the original developer, like, it's still undergoing fairly regular updates. Just the guys that run it, they're Twitch gamers, and they updated they added proof of stake. It's high POS, so it's like 7 troll coins per staked block. And it's, I think, down to like 60 troll coins per proof of work block now.
Okay.
And they're just trying to be the Twitch coin tipping currency.
The Twitch.
The Twitch.tv.
What
tipping
led
currency.
to the Trollcoin 2.0 chain that started on a year ago?
I think that it wasn't working. The original chain wasn't working properly, or it was in need of some, like, more than just maintenance. They just kind of fixed it and swapped it to the new chain so that the old chain that was broken wouldn't require that constant maintenance. Now it's just chugging along just fine. I mean,
Nice.
I can stake it with my massive balance of like 70 or 80 Trollcoin and keep supporting the network long term,
Well, sweet.
along with everybody else staking it.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Trollcoin. 1
Happy
year
birthday.
on the
Heyo.
2.0 blockchain.
Alrighty, that's going to bring us to the end of another 10 weeks on the Blockchain Dynamics show. Man, altcoins have been, they've taken some blows in the last 10 weeks, but I got to say, I've had a pretty damn good time trading them.
Yeah, with Bitcoin going up, nothing's really seemed that bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, altcoins, they're kind of sucking right now, but just knowing that Bitcoin's going up, it's not like, in 2015 when Bitcoin was crashing and altcoins were crashing, it was like, is this the end? Is this the end of...
It was a dark time that we don't speak of too often, but anybody that's still around now is pretty happy about it. And hey, if you're 80% in Bitcoin right now, I mean, this is the time when people are bleeding and complaining that, like, maybe you start looking for a few places to load up on your favorite bags.
No, I'm down a little bit overall, like just mostly on ETH and Vcash, honestly, but I don't give a shit because Bitcoin's way up and it's fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been another great 10 weeks. Really looking forward to another 10 weeks of shows.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, I guess the awards announcement will be 10 weeks from today.
Yeah, show 50, that's the awards show, so you're going to have to deal with that. It's going to be hilarious.
You're going to have to suck it up.
Yeah, you're going to have to because
people will win awards.
people are going to get dots. We're going to give people dots because we have a lot of dots to give away, and yeah, it's going to be really awesome. Head over to...
So you should say that with nomination, you have to specify a dot address so that people are forced to accept the award.
Yeah, they'll have to buy dots to game the... Oh, yeah. Oh, so it's for us to pay them. Yeah, that's totally true.
Like, you can just get a dots address from the exchange in that way.
Just throw some dots in there.
Yeah.
Go to blockchaindynamics.net. That's where you can submit like categories and
you'll see a tab.
nominations.
You'll see a tab that says Wolong Awards up in the top right there. You're just going to want to click on that, and then I'm going to put a link there very shortly tonight with a list of categories, and you can write your nominations in there and also put your own category in at the bottom with a nomination for whatever the fuck you think they should win.
Yeah, so that's going down, blockchaindynamics.net. You also should do yourself a favor and check out cryptopia.co.nz. They're a great little altcoin exchange. This is, alts are down, Bitcoin's going up. Pretty soon you're probably going to want to be looking to fill up some bags. And Cryptopia is a great place to do that because you can just set some low-ass bids and they'll probably get filled, and it's a lot of fun to trade there.
You know what I saw
interface.
when I was digging through some coins? Halcyon's over there still.
Yeah, they got Halcyon. They have a lot of great legacy coins.
Yeah.
They have a lot of that. They don't really delist.
Like, oh, man.
It's time for a browse through some of Cryptopia's best and brightest that may have darkened their shine a little bit over the years.
They're developing a unique ecosystem over there, and a lot of times that there can be some fun plays. And they also have forums, tons of cool shit. Mineshaft, check it out. Check out our forums thread there. Leave us some suggestions. Tell us that we're stupid about coins, and we will reward you for insulting us with Cryptopia's dots cryptocurrency. So
Exactly.
Head over to the Cryptopia forums.
You can even be on the show.
The altcoin section. Yeah, you could be on the show. We would love to have just like listeners call in. That'd be sick.
That's always been something I thought could happen, but it's
we've learned it's hard to actually record people.
Live audio can be difficult.
Yeah, it's an extra thing, and you want good people to do it too. You don't want people to just call in and talk about Trollcoin the whole episode.
That's true, but like we would love nothing more than to cut off the wrong person, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're out of here. You're off the air.
Actually, that is something that you deserve to do at this point.
No. And by the way, not so fast as usual. Every 10 episodes. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, huge thanks.
The pleasure's all mine. It just gets better every time, and there's more of the tapestry grows richer.
It's true. That's a great way to describe it, man. I like that.
And it's super fun to think that next time that you're on the show is going to be the actual award announcements, and we're going to have a lot of really funny coins to basically look at over the last almost a year. We're talking 50 weeks.
It's more than that because we skipped a couple weeks. That's like very close to our 1 year, actual 1 year show. So that's dope. Huge thanks to Not So Fast, of course. Our website is blockchaindynamics.net. Head there. And
hopefully we see you again.
We'll see you around.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Woody.
Peace.
Like a couple Bitcoins. Pull up on my Nakamoto.